You know, people have joked that now that Joel's gone, the title sequence should only include a single silhouette. Well, joke's on you, 'cause they actually did it. So, how much of a time jump do you think we'd need in order for the people of Jackson to have recovered from that devastating invasion? I'd say 6 months, maybe even a year.
Well, that explains why 3 months on, we're not quite there yet.
I'm impressed Ellie was wounded enough to warrant a 3-month stay in hospital, considering she came back to Jackson riding a horse and all.
Maybe her injuries were that severe, and it seems everyone needed time to heal properly. What happened last episode was massive, and you couldn't just move on to the next adventure.
Kinda like we got family after the best of both worlds in Star Trek Next Gen.
Exactly that. Plus, this show always thrives when it deals with character moments.
That's right. We didn't come here for mindless fights and monsters. If that's what we were into, we'd still be watching The Walking Dead.
But did we come for more therapy sessions, though?
I really thought we'd seen the last of Gail.
Well, there was still booze and weed available, so she had to be around.
Yeah, but seriously. She blames her multiple addictions on the fact she's the only therapist left, so she has no one to offload onto. But it's been decades since the fall of civilization, more than enough time for her to train others in her profession. Plus, when she dies, there will be no one in Jackson to be therapized by. How selfish of her. If you ask me, it's just an excuse she tells others to mask her own glaring failings.
Well, she does talk about paths and how people don't really deviate from them to explain Ellie. But really, to explain herself.
Certainly feels like a projection on her part. If you ask me, she's not a very good therapist.
That was pretty much established in the first episode.
I keep wondering how this story will differ from the game.
It doesn't matter. From what I hear, the game didn't even feature the attack on Jackson.
But Joel died in both versions.
Yeah, that was pretty much impossible not to spoil. But I don't think sticking to the original path is important. These are two different mediums. They should stand or fall on their own and forge their own path, based on their respective strengths.
And does it?
I think this episode was a pretty solid one. Slow, but that's to be expected. Ellie tries to convince the town to get justice for Joel, but after what they've been through, it's little wonder they turned that proposal down.
And it's little wonder Ellie decided to go off on her own anyway. Something she would have failed at miserably, but with her only packing guns and nothing else. Hotheads never think things through. Good thing Dina's there then, eh? That little thing? I still think she's going to meet a terrible end.
And Shimmer.
The horse? Almost feels inevitable, don't it?
That won't make me happy.
Like, at all.
Okay, I'm heading into speculation now, but I think it's too obvious that the wolves are responsible for slaughtering that other little party we met early in the episode. Which means there's another group of antagonists lurking.
You may be right, but damn, those wolves are armed to the teeth. Ellie seriously underestimated her opponent.
There was nothing to estimate. A handful of people set out to get Joel. That's all they knew. Seeing the strength of that army makes me think that people of Jackson were right to turn down Ellie's proposal for justice.
The world's always bigger than expected. I mean, that's what happened in season 1, right?
It took them the whole first season for Joel and Ellie to reach their destination. Here, Ellie and Dina get to Seattle in a third of an episode. I'm interested to see what happens next. Hopefully they've packed the rest of the season with lots of satisfying twists and turns.
We'll know soon enough. But I tell you something, Ellie's revenge better be satisfying. Even though I expect Dina to meet her end, I don't actually want her to die, nor Shimmer, but they better not team up with Abby to tackle the other foe who killed that group of people. That would really piss me off.
These were our thoughts on the Last of Us episode, The Path. Now, if you like what we do,
and how we do it,
and you feel you'd like to help us out,
please consider joining our Patreon. As long as you can afford it, of course. We'll leave a link in the description and pinned comment.
Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll speak to you again next time.